Oh, there we go. Good morning. Small technical difficulties here this morning. Today is day number 3. 44. Okay. All right. Well, we broke through our demand line on the daily yesterday with some confidence, closed, near its lows yesterday. We finally got underneath that daily swing point that we were waiting for. Still testing the major swing from down here though, but was a good test yesterday to get underneath that swing point. Our overnight price action, we sold off a little bit, and then this morning, early hours, we have a nice uptrend happening. Kind of looks pretty V-like, really. Kind of bumping our head right into that other previous larger swing point. Think it'll be fairly important for us to hold this level. Definitely want to stay above there if we can. Still haven't got back up above that 2-leg move yesterday that was on the hourly going into open. That really did bang out really nicely. That was the first pullback that we had the confidence to hold through because we got to close below the break, adjust your risk down, and you got another further extension. Definitely have a little bit of sell pressure here this morning happening. We did have good news, I think, this morning, right? The building permits, yeah, we're up a little bit higher than expected, and there's no other news that I need to be aware of for the rest of the session. Two big bear bars in here, but technically, we are kind of flagging a little bit up here. Just barely checked below this 5-minute one. See? Definitely a bullish move. It respected the 20 moving average most of the way up. We have a small gap up, yep. To like 12, 13 points. So yeah, we'll see what the market gives us for some price action at the open. Our breakout candle over this little hourly level here over to reholding the moving average, we got a nice green close, but we're kind of starting to engulf it back down. So we definitely don't want that to continue, or at least close that way. Look, it's kind of there to start. There was 2 perfect trades for me overnight on Bitcoin that I was sleeping during. We had the perfect 2-leg pullback flag right here. After the quick move back down, entry right here. You got your breakout candle, which closed below extension, so it would have given us confidence to hold it for 2 legs. Stop out would have been trailed to here, and then as soon as this other candle bought back up, would have closed, and technically should have reversed the trade because that is our reversal entry. Break below a larger swing point, test a second time, get rejected, close higher than the candle opened, or gave a nice signal bar, and then hold that for 2 legs, which would have got trail stopped out right here for like 1-to-1. But this one ended up being like a 3-to-1 trade. But I was snoozing, sound asleep. Haven't had a good entry on Bitcoin now in a couple days. I've been patiently waiting for that AAA setups, but haven't had any. Hey, good morning, man. Good morning, good morning. So yeah, I think I want to be more bullish than bearish this morning if the price action continues the way that it's going. But yeah, we'll see what the market gives us. Did have a good amount of bearish pressure up here, so if we do get a breakout, gotta be careful we don't fail it. Could be a good reversal opportunity if we get a failed breakout. Yeah, true. Yeah, can't stare at the screen all the time. Looks like it kind of found sellers again right off that same supply line. I gotta keep checking to make sure my mic is working. I'm having mic issues. Oh, we got a little megaphone action going on here. So hopefully it doesn't cut out during the stream. Seems like it's still working good, yeah, okay. Nice, okay, there's our check above. Market looks like it wants to get above that hourly swing. I think it's hitting it to the tick. 45, 95, 75. Yeah, touched it to the tick so far. That's didn't close lower than it opened. It closed as a doji, but did reject so far. That candle would have closed red, it could have been a good entry candle. Still could be, but I need to see it close lower than where it opened. But perfect rejection candle off of It's the test candle too, so it works out nice. Definitely getting some follow through right away, which is a good sign. Failed breakout may have happened. Super close to getting an entry. Maybe I'm a little too picky, but I don't know. Not for now. We'll see if it actually does. If it gives some momentum to the downside, it might trigger another trade opportunity as we continue down. So far, great failed breakout though. Underneath the accumulation area. Closed our 5-minute candle as a pretty nasty, like extreme range candle. Tested both sides and closed on the low. That's pretty nasty looking. About as good as the signal as you could get for the follow through of that failed breakout. Ooh, we're getting a little bit of bias back up though. See if the sellers hold it. This candle's going to close as an inside candle. Came back up into the range though. We didn't get continuation yet. There was some absorption underneath that range. Ooh, we're coming right back. That's definitely not good follow through. That looks more rangy. Look at that. Definitely trapped some shorts, squeeze. So I guess technically our megaphone pattern then on the day's action continues. We got a high and a low. Do we make a higher high now again? Certainly looks like it. Yep. What a trap. Now we broke above that swing point. Definitely some stronger buyers. Long's coming off a nice potential short trap. If we get our 5 one-time candles in a row, we could take a high 1 entry. So So approaching that trap level from yesterday. I left the line on there because I was curious if it would still be relevant, if it would play out at all. Got through. Nice. We're still going. The V looking more and more like a V. Cancels our one-time trade opportunity. It's a quicker steep pullback. We're already back down to the breakout level. So there wasn't enough liquidity to keep it going. Came back to the breakout entry, guys. See what happens here. Two seconds, yeah. Yeah, she was getting pretty stretched there. I'm almost 2 weeks into my replay trading now, and I'm liking it a lot. However, one thing that I am noticing drastically is that there is truly not a lot of AAA setups for me, and I'm perfectly okay with that. And I guess for a long time, I've kind of expected and almost forced, like, I feel like I should be trading a few times every day, and I'm kind of getting past that point, I think, and understanding that I really don't have to. Like, I'm like an intraday swing trader. Like my trades are usually, I try to play like a little like a swing on the 1 minute chart, and there's really not that many perfect like setups for my strategy that happen that every day. Sometimes there's none, sometimes there's one, very rarely there's two. And, you know, I think I'm just going to be okay with that. Because as long as I can stay consistent with that 1 or 2 trades a day, you know, that's more than enough. Like that's really all I need. If I can do that, then I could just scale it. That's all that I have to do. That was a quick pull, boys. I've kind of looked at it a little differently for a while, but I think that might be a good change. It works better for my personality too, because I really don't like trading a lot. I don't want to trade a whole bunch of times, so. But yeah, I'm gonna, after I get done a couple months worth of data, I'll share my spreadsheet with you. If you are okay with that, and maybe see what you think. See if you notice anything out of it that I've overlooked. Yeah, that, I guess that's kind of like a new realization to me. Like, scaling what is working well is better than just trying to like trade more or, you know, do more points. Yeah, well, that's cool to hear you say that then, because that lines up with kind of like the realization I'm having. It bounced off that low though, eh? Quick pull, and we're stalling though. Wow, that's a little, I mean, once we held, I guess, and found a good bounce, kind of makes sense to retest the top, but like definitely not, I wasn't really expecting it. After that, I was like, oof. Well, that is surprising. Some volatility. Yep, exactly. Yep. I've got, like, for me, I've got like I have 3 strategies. 2 are kind of momentum ignition, like trend strategy, and 1 is the reversal mean reversion. And I as I'm back testing or replay trading, I guess I will admit 100% that I'm noticing slight inconsistencies that need to be defined better. And it showed yesterday, actually, with that trade that I took, because I was given 1-to-1, but I was not looking for a 1-to-1 exit, and the price action told me to get out of the trade, but I didn't listen. But I didn't really have, I tried to apply the systematic approach to the trade, which I think was the correct decision to make at that time. So it turned into an L, but I don't know that that systematic approach is the correct systematic approach for how to exit that trade. That one specific trade, my define exit, the entry is clear, the conditions clear, everything about the trade is clear, other than the reason to exit the trade. And that is just as important as the rest of it, and is a weakness of that strategy. Like the other 2 have a clear defined exit. That one not so much, and it really did, it showed yesterday. So I'm going back through all of those trades that I've taken in the last couple months, and trying to see what would work best out of all of those as a proper exit criteria. We definitely have a little bit of a demand line happening right here. We got above the middle swing, not above the high of day yet though. as messy as this kind of is, it's it hasn't really, we haven't lost any levels. We're still just kind of holding this initial breakout that we did after kind of faking that extreme range fade, but keeps testing back down in, but then coming all the way back up. Definitely range for now. Higher lows, kind of a flat top. I just put some wood in the fire. Still holding. We're kind of stuck. It could absolutely pop quickly. We're holding higher lows. Now we're holding even higher lows, like at the midpoint. It looks like it wants to go. We're about to close a period. What do we get for volume? About 200K. So good volume. Not extremely high, but slightly above average. Yeah, there's nothing for me to do here either. There's no two-leg pullback opportunity that I want. There's no high one opportunity, and I don't, with this type of rising like lows into a flat top like this, with no real level that I'm too concerned with until like 46.15, I'm not real interested in a failed breakout now. So there's not, ideally for me, I'd like to see a pop and then a potential like two-leg pullback for entry or something like that. Do you trade off time charts or tick charts? Hey, good morning, dude. Nice, very nice. 9 points, that's a nice take. Hell yeah. Range charts, gotcha. Okay, that's what you were to do. That's, you use 4-point range chart. You actually said that earlier. My bad, my bad. I took a sorry. I read it quick. I took your idea, cool man, and I ended up I purchased that $50 package to replay trade longer time. Definitely very much enjoying that. I'm glad that you told me about that. So that's where I've been putting all my time now. Trying to go back through many months and practice. Get my confidence up with my strategies instead of trying to do it like front running, like front testing. Yeah, before what I was doing was basically, because I could only go 5 days backwards, I'd always kind of remember, especially once the chart started to form. So I tried to like do it really systematic and everything, and do it the maximum day. So I would go back as far as it would let me, and then the next day I would do the next day that it would go back type thing. And then I would look at my journal when I was done, and I would see if I performed during the replay how I wrote in my journal that what I should have done. And I got mixed results, but yeah, I'm doing it proper, starting all the way back last summer, and like Excel sheeting everything. And I'm noticing things right away, so it's really good. Yeah, the market definitely is very different. Absolutely. The one thing I'm noticing so much though is that I don't need to trade very often. Like, wait for those true AAA setup, like versions of my setup, and like, yeah, just scale it. Be truly patient and wait for the AAA setup, and when it happens, then take it. One a day, maybe very rarely two a day. Which works well for me though as a person too, because I really don't want to trade a whole bunch of times in a day. I'd like to have one or two really good setups if they're even there, and then, you know, be good with that, and then just scale it. We teased the break through the demand line, tried to hold, coming back down again. Never really broke out and faded. We just kind of got stuck and fizzled off. No real clean trade opportunity for me yet. We're teasing below. Well, are we gonna break our low a day? We failed to gain a high on that last push. Imagine we hold this low a day and go all the way back up. Four minutes of higher lows. Need one of these to break below. There we go. See if we can get through our low a day. Held a higher low so far. See if this retest candle holds. Looks like it wants to test higher. That's greasy. Can't do anything with that. No follow through. I'm still big chillin' now. I'm ready for the trap to happen. Get a trigger below this candle. There it is. Now let's see the trap squeeze up. It's like clockwork. Yeah, would have stopped me out. Horrible looking two-legged pullback. Not AAA at all, which is kind of why I anticipated the trap to trigger there. Didn't spike off it though. Triggered the trade, hit the stop outs. Stalling again. Oof, that's rough. That's real rough. Ooh, man. That's brutal. Oh, didn't break yet. The two-leg pullback trigger, so anyone who went short under that candle, which technically did tag the moving average, you know, it looked visually really bad. Would have got stopped out. If you took the breakout on the reversal to play into the trap, you get stopped out of that. This area is a difficult one. It is like trying to hold that moving average, but she got pretty choppy there. Long 89. Good try. That's a difficult spot. I thought two different things during that, which is nasty. Changed my opinion like 3 times. The RuneScape music would be good to trade too, though. Not gonna lie. It was close to a two-legged pullback, but it formed so poorly. It would have chopped me out before it ever worked. Good try, good try. It's a random, like, instrumental hip-hop mix. Absolutely. It was kind of a funky day so far for me. We never actually, after making those rising like lows, we never did check above and fail again or anything. And the opening too, like I was ready for that failed breakout, almost got the signal, and then it checked the other side of the range, like it did an extreme range to range move, tested above and below, and then reversed, which was kind of wild. And then we kind of got stuck. We got that flat top, rising support. Never did extend again though. It never checked before it fell. And then this price action through here too was also difficult. It didn't have that clear move in it. It's weird. Hey man, 9 points. There's nothing wrong with 9 points. That's a good day. I thought this was about to start to form into a channel. It kind of looked like it had very like strong channel like features. After the 2-leg pullback failed, I was like, okay, we're going into a channel. And then even that proved me wrong. Oh, up here. Yep. Got a pretty good rejection candle too. Nice trade. Very nice trade. We're gonna extend again. I'll be right back. 1 sec, boys. Oh, we did take out the low. We kept going. Uh, 80-75 range. Oh, basically where we are right now. Good level on the hourly chart for at least for a bounce. Oh shoot. How's our volume and B period? Pretty standard. Got a few minutes left in it though. 5-minute chart. Once it never took another high, failed to achieve another high, we have came down fairly quick. We're gonna try to get below this hourly swing point here, 73. That was the swing that pushed our high. There'd be lots of liquidity below there. Trying, we're very close. It's that to the tick, I think. 73.25 still, yeah, we're touching it to the tick. This is very close to a good trade situation for me, but not quite. Wasn't quite clean enough, and would have I mean, it never really set up quite properly, but context wise it worked out nicely. Come off of the move quickly, first come back to the moving average, and then we got another big move off of it. So context wise, you know, we are looking good to get below this level. It's like one tick. Testing. See if we slide or if we bounce a little bit from liquidity. We only got 2 ticks under it so far. Can we retake this other candle's high? Then you might get your pop 76 real easy off that. We're definitely stalling here. Definitely some trading going on here. So that was our first break into liquidity. Now we're testing again. It did miss you by 1 tick, my guy. 75, 74. That's the worst. Missed you by 1 tick. Good thing you stopped. Yeah. Hey, I mean, it was a good spot. Like, we had just touched into liquidity on that other time frame. There was a good potential there for us to at least get a move to the moving average. We're starting to get stretched. Yeah, his exit would have been 1 tick higher right there at 76. I think. We've got quite a push now happening on the 5-minute chart. This one little inside candle kind of flubs my one timing, but we are not making highs. Each candle has made a lower high. There's definitely some strength in this push. B period volume closed 155. We're approaching back into below our yesterday's low. This is our yesterday's low. Overnight we checked below it, came back up out of it. Didn't get very far. I guess we got about a third of the way up into yesterday's action. Definitely rejecting it right now. Don't think I'm really interested in a reversal unless we checked below. Unless it was really, really nice looking for a double test, but we kind of already pushed through that liquidity point, so kind of in no man's land unless we stopped like right here. Be okay for a 2-leg flag. Can't take a low 1 opportunity though. 2-leg flag would line up nice with this 5-minute push for a tiny hesitation. I don't know, we'll see how it develops. It's about the only thing that I can stock though. Does have good context for it. Well, it's more of a rebound bounce. We've got this whole move down since this congestion here. Pretty nasty follow-up candle though. Sheesh. Well, the 1 minute chart put in a small little trap. We had a teaser reversal here, broke above that previous swing point, but then one time rejected it, which makes sense in this move. Might be some trapped longs off of that move. Didn't get stopped out or didn't accept the stop out. Trying to hold again. Nice. Good shit. really stalling here. That's greasy again. We're getting more interest in buying down here at these levels as we get closer to yesterday's low. It's not a bad candle close on that last one. I was stalking this two-leg pullback here, but it didn't set up right. And then the third push did the same thing as up here. Instead of the second candle to make a low, the second candle that made the low turned all the way up and stopped out and then reversed down again. They literally the same thing that happened here. It was actually the first 5-minute candle to make a high in the last like half an hour. Last like 45 minutes. Could tell there's some buys starting to step in a little bit here. We're getting a little bit more congested, not as much straight down. I'm more interested underneath this purple line, but see what happens. That's funny. I just see you over there slowly backspacing it after. Shit. A little bit of a relief rally here. Makes sense location wise relative to yesterday's low. Ultimately though, unless we were to like really start to recover, I still think that we are probably going to test underneath yesterday's low at some point. We have a potential low market because it is something that just broke the local swing for now. I'm kind of, part of me is expecting this to literally just come straight back down, but we'll see. Oh, it's trying. That looks better for a second push up then above that swing. Not gonna one time down anyway, that's for sure. See what happens when we break over 71. Right there, yep. Nothing eventful yet. We're stalling a little bit, but we're still up here. Still chilling here. We didn't get the instant reaction, the instant one time down. Made one more attempt. See if it holds again. We're losing the small level. We're coming off a potential trap, so if we get a one-time push down, it could register for a low one opportunity trade. Oh, already canceled out that. Absorbed that stop out area. This is the retest of our swing that just broke this level. Came all the way back up and tested the top exactly on this retest. Kind of a nasty little range here. We've kind of got this rising bottoms again with a flat top. This area has definitely baited a lot of positions, I'm guessing. In both directions. Not really anything I want to do with this. You know, I've never looked at a range chart before, man. Use 4-point size. What's that look like? Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to read this. Cool. It's so cool. There's so many different ways to trade the market. Yeah, never looked at one of those before. Equal low. for that info. Usually the third Friday of the contract month. Trying to get another swing at the low here. Oh, I found like a cool little calendar right here. There's our new low. Happens at our new low here. We're gonna dip our toes into yesterday's low, under yesterday's low. I think we did by one tick so far. There we go. Little check below. Little pop, took it right back, went lower. Still some buyers here. Still closing below. Still getting some downward movement for now. We're getting more buy pressure here. We're slowing. I'm curious to see if we get a test below and a rejection here. We didn't respond horribly, but we definitely didn't bounce yet from dipping into yesterday's low. We're below yesterday's low. On the daily chart, the next big swing is really this one down here at like 20. We've got this hourly low here that pushed up what looked like a V going into this morning, but it's kind of already taken back like 3/4 of the move. Inside candle. If that would have closed as an engulf candle, I would have been kind of interested in it as the next failed breakout attempt and potentially a run up, but did not close confidently. Equal low on that last candle. Price is getting tighter. Candles are getting smaller. We're approaching 5 minutes from London close. I like the area down here for potential like mean reversion, like somewhat of a bounce, but it's really not forming ideal. We just tested one tick below. That looks better. See if I can get filled here. I might have hesitated too long. I got greedy. There we go. I really just wanted to run it back to the moving average. We're getting our congestion. We got our one tick below and then our big bull close. That was a beautiful signal bar. I even got kind of a shitty fill because I wasn't truly ready. I wasn't truly stalking it like I should have been. Looks like it's got some more juice in it. Well, if it keeps going, the aggression that it has, we may get a second trade entry. Let's see. They went through that moving average and like it was butter. The first true trade signal we got all day. Kind of nutty, but is what she be. I guess as I say that, while I'm doing this long-term back testing, I guess it is showing me that is the more common theme than I realized with because I'm so specific with what I need. So we stopped one timing, so it cancels out the one-time potential V reversal setup. Technically on the 5-minute chart, this was just a pop. 20 seconds left on this candle. Depending on if it closes higher than these last two candles, we may get another push, maybe. It pushed through these two levels and the resistance and the moving average, sorry. Quite easily. Did close pretty high. Yeah, there's a second leg. Nice. So there's your 2-leg exit on the reversal entry. The 1230 little volatility kind of played into the trade's favor big time. So we got our 2-leg pullback, full extension exit. Seems to still be having problems with the previous range up here. Lots of profit taking, maybe even some more short selling happening. That's basically took back the whole second leg already. Was an emotional trade. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna chalk it up to anything else. Like this trade, because of the day that we've been having so far, I mean, I said it a bunch of times that I was potentially interested in like a mean reversion trade from this level, just under my purple line. And we got it when we knew that there was starting to be some buyers in this market. It presented perfectly. I really, really kind of flubbed the bag on the entry. I was sloppy and straight up. It was an emotional exit. There was no systematic exit applied there. The mean reversion trade should be a 2-leg trade. That is the setup. It's like was the perfect criteria for it too. It even allowed, like, it went through the moving average before it ever even gave the pullback, so it increases the odds like so much. And then exit the trade on the second extension, trailing to the first. But the reason that I just ditched the trade right away at the moving average was because it was fast, and because of I mean, the other reason is because I've had some losers in a row, which is like absolutely not the reason, and shouldn't be. Like, they're independent events. But after yesterday, I didn't want to see another 4-point loser turn into a break-even trade, which, so my emotion from yesterday carried over into today, which is sloppy. Because what could have been, what was basically a 4-point, I think it was, yeah, a tiny bit under 4 points, right, could have been a full second, a 2-leg exit for almost 10 points. It was 10 points. That was the mechanical exit. That's the strategy. Everything about it. It was a pure emotional trade. At least I guess I understand that. Look at that come back down though. That's a, we might get a one-time trade the other way here. And see, if I would have traded this trade 100% mechanically properly, it would have paid for the last 2 days worth of losers and still had profit on top. With me being super patient and only getting one trade set up a day or something like that, it's really important that I do, you know, systemize it, do it perfectly like an algorithm would do it. Otherwise, I don't get the full potential out of the winners that I really need to make that type of system work. And I think that's what I'm trying to achieve by doing this trade practice with the replay, is so that I can, like, I need the practice of actually doing it so I can have the confidence to do it properly. And it just I'm not quite there yet. I'm just not there yet. But I'm working on it. So this candle cancels out our one-time opportunity to the downside. It's a pretty big pullback. It looks like it wants to check below again. That big of a spike up, failing at the same level again, we could get some more soak, some absorption underneath if we get another test, which would make sense for a 5-minute W potential and not a V reversal. kind of stalling. Didn't even realize my music stopped. Whew. Whew. Kind of set up like a real greasy two-leg move and then never triggered. Looks like it's trying to create a higher low here. Kind of messy. Whew. Volatility. I don't know. Like it's pretty greasy. Got big bear and big bull candles. It's trying to hold a higher low in this valley. Keeps trying. Got some price coiling here now. Failed to make a low here. 5-minute chart could come up, test above. It's getting closer. I feel like it probably should. I mean, just the way that this formed and failed to break the low. I mean, And then we got the buy up again. It makes sense for us to test above that swing. We get a failed breakout there. It'd be a nice 2-leg pullback, kind of. Not executable off the 5-minute chart though, but see how it forms. I'm curious. Feel like there should be some people trapped short through here. This last little pop up probably either stopped them out or now they're in pretty big pain. So this pullback, you know, back to where they probably should have cut their trade should allow them to get out, which would be extra buy pressure. I mean, it makes sense. There's a test above. Now, do we respect the swing point from up here, or do we go right through? There we go, we're through. Looks like we might close above too. We did. Well, she's about that time for me, man. I think I'm gonna call her there. We had our one trade signal today, only the one. This one was really close. The context was there, and I mean, it worked out really nice for that flag into the moving average, but the price action wasn't truly what I wanted there. And then this one worked out really nice as well. This was perfect setup. However, I was really, it was sloppy emotional trading, like I talked about earlier, which is good for me to at least acknowledge. This trade, I mean, the reversal mean reversion trade is there for 2 legs. That is the whole concept of the trade. So, you know, exiting at the moving average was a fear play, and I really wanted to just lock in those gains based off of the last few trades, which is just wrong on multiple levels, and I should have executed it based off the strategy properly. And yeah, win or loss, it needs to be mechanicalized. So just bad misplay by me, but I guess admitting it is the first step, and hopefully with my practice trading and continue to practice properly, I can eliminate the, you know, the emotion a little bit more out of my trading, get a little bit more consistent. But not a bad day. Good trading by you too. You took lots of trades today. You were busy today. You were busy today. Like four. But yeah, thanks for being here. Appreciate you, man. And I'll be back same time again tomorrow morning. Have a good rest of your day.